Okay, so this study guide is going to be for latitude and longitude for your 7th grade social studies class. So here we go, buddy. Latitude goes side to side. Latitude. Think about the way you say latitude. What design does your mouth make? Latitude. Longitude. Longitude. When you say longitude, they're long. Your mouth goes up. So longitude lines go up. Latitude lines go side to side. All right, so the United States is located in the northern and western hemispheres. Okay, so we cut our line down here, that's your equator. We cut a line here, that's your prime meridian. So equator determines if you are in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. Here's the United States, which means we are in the northern hemisphere. When you look at it this way, you look at the longitude of the prime meridian, you determine if it's east or west. We are in the western part, so we are part of the northwestern hemisphere, which is located here. Lines of latitude run east and west, so latitude. Latitude. When you say latitude, your mouth actually moves like this. You can only run on a flat line. So think of this imagery of the kids running on the latitude line. Now the tricky thing is you have to figure out what does it actually measure. So we use these latitude lines to measure how far north something is or how far south something is. Okay, so latitude lines run side to side and they measure how far north things are, how far south things are. Lines of longitude climb north and south. So you have to climb the longitude lines. Longitude. When you say longitude, your mouth opens very wide. Your mouth actually makes this design. So we climb longitude lines. They climb north and south. Okay, so here is the measuring concept. Here is our prime meridian. So it runs north and south. Okay, so the line goes up and down. But when you move this line, what it's actually doing is measuring how far west something is. When you move it this way, it measures how far east something is. So the longitude lines measure east and west, or west and east. And this is the prime meridian. Latitude deals with the equator. Longitude deals with the prime meridian. Another name for a line of latitude is parallels. Parallels mean they're even. So when you're talking about latitude, think of parallels. Think about the bottom parts of the L's. Parallels, bottom parts, just like latitude, parallels. Another name for a line of longitude are meridians. Specifically, the prime meridian is the one in the middle. So longitude that go up and down are meridians. Okay, there are 69 miles between each degree of latitude and longitude. So this is a longitude line, this is a longitude line, 69 miles. This is a latitude line, this is a latitude line, 69 miles. So you want to get in your head 69, 69, the two numbers that are the most difficult for a dyslexic student to remember, 69. Okay, so it's not 96, it is 69, 69, 69. That is the miles. Okay, so 6, 9 goes in order, 6, 9. You want to remember 6, 9. This is the only random fact that she's going to ask you about in reference to distance. So the only number you need to have in your head going into this test is 69. Okay, she's probably going to test you on how to find things. So what she would do is she would give you, here's 40 degrees north, here's 90 degrees west, comes together in Illinois. She might ask you to find Illinois on the map and then draw the lines. Okay, so that could happen as well. So if we look at Illinois here, follow that line out, you'll see 40. Follow the line up, you'll see 90. Okay, but again, she might say, what state is 90 degrees west? What state is 40? So you just go 90 down, 40 across, boom. Okay, and there's a couple of these on your study guide, which makes me think she's going to do this a lot. So the next one is 30 degrees north, 90 degrees west. So we look at our lines, 30 north. Okay, so just be careful because there's a 30 south. So pay attention to that letter. 30 north, 90 west. Come together, boom, we're in Louisiana. So 30 degrees north, 90 degrees west comes together there in Louisiana. Okay? Utah, 40 degrees north, 110 degrees west. So here's our 40N. Again, there is a 40 south way down at the bottom. It's not even in the United States, but 40 north and then 110 west. So you make sure you see that W. Bring the lines together. Boom, you're in Utah. Now you could also say, hey, where's Utah? Utah's right here. Find the latitude and longitude that meets in Utah. So there's two different ways she could come at you for this. Same thing here, 40 north, 80 west. Okay, so our 80 west is here, our 40 north is here, we're in Pennsylvania. 45 degrees north, it's over here. 120 west is over here, we're in Oregon. Or she could ask you Oregon and find the latitude and longitude lines. Make sure you have the letters. If you don't have the letters, you're going to get this wrong, Jake. You have to determine whether or not it's north or south or whether or not it's west and east. Those letters are critical for an ADHD student who doesn't have control of the details like you do all the time. This is something that could really mess you up. So you have to make sure you have the north and south, and you have to make sure that it's west or east. Okay, buddy? You can do this. I know you can. Okay, so now she kicks it out to the world map. So a couple of things you want to look at the world map. Here is your prime meridian. That guy's right in the middle. That's going to determine what's east on the map, what's west on the map. So these numbers here, so we see a 90 here. It's a 90, sorry, let me go back. It's a 90 east. 90 west is over here. So you have to know which side of the prime meridian that number's on. Okay, same thing here with the equator. This is your equator. Equator's in the middle. Okay, you have to decide which number is north and which number is south. So you see how there's a 15 here, but there's also a 15 here? They mean completely different things. So you have to say 15 north or 15 south. Okay, right here, she's saying go to 0. So here's 0, equator is 0, and go to 60 west. So here's 60. We know that it's west. If you had gone here, you would have made a mistake. So you got to go 60 west, follow that down, boom, now you're in Brazil. Okay? So make sure you're paying attention to those letters. Determines which side of the map you're supposed to go to. Same thing with Australia. 20. Well, we have a 20 here. 20 south. Follow that. And then we have a 140 east. Here's 140 east. Follow that line, boom, now you're in Australia. Okay? If you would have gone the other side, you would have ended up in the water. But she may want to trick you, and the way you get caught up is whether or not you know it's the south or the east. So please pay attention to those letters. Same thing with China. Here's 40 north right here. So the destination is anywhere here on this line. And then 100 east. So you know the east is over here, 100. Follow that down, boom, you're now in China. Okay, now the west and east might not be on the map, so you need to know that. Okay, the north and south might not be on the map. You need to know that. The prime meridian and the equator might not be on the map, but you need to know that they're there. All right, all tips on how to beat this test. Next part is Canada, 60 degrees north, so it could be anywhere here. We know it's on the eastern side, so now, oh, she got this wrong. So it should be 100 west. I might have typed it wrong. That's probably me. I probably typed it wrong. So 100 west is over here in Canada. You see how I messed that up? I put 100 east when it's really 100 west for Canada. But a mistake like that, I'm glad I showed you this. This is a learning opportunity, could mess it up. Because technically she wants us to find Canada. If I wrote 100 east is over here in Russia. So I could have screwed that up big time. So don't make the same mistake that I make on the test. 20 north, 100 east. So here's the north. We go up 20. It happened again. Either I'm screwing this up or she's screwing it up. But anyways, point being, 100 east is actually over here. So 20 north, 100 east should actually be over here in India. Okay? So west, east, good. You need to know those letters. All right, buddy. Hopefully we understand the last 2 slides I made a mistake on. I put the wrong country in. So don't be like your mom. Make sure you get it right. All right, bud? All right. Good luck, kiddo.